All right, let's hop into this duel. Monarchs versus, I don't know, Ringo Worm. This is Centurion, right? Yep, Centurion.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
We have Monarchs Revolt. Let's discard a card, reveal 3, come to me, Tessera. Tessera is going to be activating in Graveyard to special summon from the deck as we hit them with a food loss. Do we droll? Well, it will be drolling ourselves also. So we're not going to droll, we're just going to let them make their play, but we do have the Zaborg. Zaborg is going to send 8 cards from both players' extra deck to the graveyard. Rip their extra deck. Now, we're playing Perfume Dancer in our own extra deck? What the heck? Do we have other ways to get in the graveyard beyond this? Now, this does work against an opposing Liger Dancer in attack position. You reduce it to 300 attack. Droll and Lockbird to turn off our own food loss. Set pass. So all we were able to do is delete 8 cards out of their extra deck, but they get to choose whatever they want to send to the grave. Rebellion searching for Magnum Hut. Let's hit him with the Droll and Lockbird. Emblem Oath is going to set the field spell from the deck. The field spell is going to set from the deck into the back row, thus we're not searching. Primerica not search. We're going to banish in the back row with the Magnum Hut. We're going to chain link higher with the stand-up Centurion. What? Because of Zaborg, you're playing the freaking Meteor? No way. This is going to destroy the entire field. What the? Wow. Dirac Meteor is here, and in order to make this work, you have to, in your extra, have a way to get Astro and another Dirac in the grave at the same time, so that when the opponent would special summon, no, not that one, whenever during your opponent's turn, you could banish a Dirac and itself to then special summon the Dirac Meteor with a mandatory effect of destroy all cards on the field. Damn. Dissipator is going to be met with the Dirac Meteor, which we could very simply negate. That is unfortunate, mates. What the hell? Okay. The great play has been stopped. Dissipator is going to steal your Zaborg. Thank you, it's now mine. We're going to tribute off the Dissipator since it's rebornable back with a regained. Lubellion setting up that regained. Suicide in our Zaborg. Ooh, trigger the Wind Pegasus. Non-target return a card in the back in the deck when one of your cards are destroyed. Now, can Idia do something on her own against a Little Knight? Little Knight Ash. What is the way? We also have a bestial play. Marco, show me what's good. Maxi, late to the freaking party. Eidos, engraved, target Tessera, which was not bestialable because we had no monster in the field. Revolt, banish, which we can now chain Little Knight to banish away the Tessera. Now this is banishing to special summon 1 monster from your hand, okay? Idia is performing an effect to special summon from the deck as the Ash now negates. Cross out designate? You don't play Ash in your Monarch deck? Are you freaking, what is this cross out for? Or was this not going to turn into a good play? Was this just not worth negating? This was set previously. Huh. Maxi in response to the Sarah Near being here. Hey, join the Meta Weekly, exclamation mark join should give the instructions, my friend. Draw the Pantheism. If we could send a Monarch spell and trap card from the hand, we get to draw 2. And there it is. We have our draw 2 play ready on the very next turn. We have a strong back and forth duel going on. Eidos being summoned from the deck through the effect of Tessera being sent to the graveyard. Lubellion is here. Now, the Regained was shuffled back in the deck, so let's play it back. And we do have the summonable Dissipator. We gotta be careful. As soon as we normal or special summon, that will trigger Regain to get out their monster negates. Let's grab the Monarch Storm Forth. Let's Storm Forth. If we would tribute summon a monster, we could tribute 1 monster the opponent controls, even though you do not control it. Which ideally would be the Dissipator. Regain is trigger and return back the banished card through Little Knight, thus it will not come back. We're going to tribute over the Lubellion to summon our Eidos. Eidos' summon will trigger the Regain to reborn back the Dissipator monster negate. We do have a draw 2 play happening, as the Eidos is activating to add a Monarch spell or monster from the deck. We now have the Ether. Let's discard, draw 2, come to me, end the turn. Now, this has an effect during the opponent's turn. During the opponent's main phase, we can banish a Monarch spell trap from the graveyard to then tribute summon this card. And then on Tribute Summon, you could send 2 Monarch cards to then special summon a monster from the deck. Okay. That's just going to get stopped by the Dissipator, though. So I think we're cooked. There's nothing we could do. Dissipator. Take the Eidos. Get the effect of Eidos. What the heck was that? What effect was it activating? Okay, if you were to Tribute Summon monster in addition, you could gain another Tribute Summon effect. Okay. Little Knight's going to be banishing away as the Ether is attempting to use its effect. But by simply banishing the monster, I guess the Ether fizzled out. Damn. I have yet to see Ether resolve its effect. I want to see it activate and fully go through. It continually always gets negated. Tenacity of the Monarchs. Reveal, come to me, Monarchs Revolt. Let's revolt 3 cards from the deck. The Tessera will trigger Engrave as we have the other one in hand. Tessera will attempt to summon for the deck as we're now going to get freaking Fluid Lost. Let's try to Tribute Summon Monarch deck. They're going to give continual draws through Maxi or Fua. Let's banish to summon the Tessera. Tessera is going to be tributed for the Eidos Underworld Monarch. The Underworld Monarch is going to be grabbing our Zaborg. Zaborg is going to rip 8 cards out of the extra deck, setting up our Meteor Drac setup, as we have the Eidos triggering Engrave to also add for the deck. But the freaking Imperm negate the Zaborg play. The Zaborg way of getting out the Drac Meteor, setting up the Wind Pegasus, being able to draw a card with Garura. So much has now been stopped. Our core play, in fact, to the point where I think we do nothing. I don't think this is anything. Is it? Is there anything with this field? It's a vanilla field, fully vanilla. Magnum Hut banished the Tessera, but maybe because there's a bunch of bodies, we're not able to break the field, I would think. We have the Soul Exchange card, which can be used with Zaborg, to then target a monster on the field and destroy it. Sure. Auxilla is going to be searching for the stand-up Centurion. Stand up, discard triple tactics. Special True Dea, set up Primera. Primera, search our deck for our Wake Up. Wake Up if we have a monster in the background to summon a token. Let's further synchro into the Primus. Primus will now be adding an Emblema, then popping 2 cards in the field. Well, one of our cards we targeted could not be destroyed thanks to our card protection. We're now going to special summon for the background to go into a Legatia. Legatia will non-target pop the highest attack monster and then draw a card. And from there, we're going to Wake Up, send the trap from the deck to the grave, which could reborn a Centurion Synchro. Not enough for lethal damage. Well done, we survived. The Idia, when sent to the grave, is going to be adding back the Revolt. Sure. Now, we could tribute a monster, then pop a monster, and that's it. Is that going to be good enough? With the in-grave Phalanx, Phalanx could reborn onto the field the Legatia, which will trigger the effect of pop a card in the field if we were to get rid of this. But we're not going to do that. We're going to Phalanx reborn back the Auxilla to instead set another card into the back row, even though the Legatia was also doing that. And now we're going to have the Field Spell Disruption. We could return a card back, possibly go on another Disruption. We have the Ball Drake. We have a Ghost Spell. Lots of disruption. Let's Soul Exchange. We're going to tribute off the Heretic Seal before it gets tributed off through the Soul Exchange itself. Returning back to our extra deck Legatia. Wow. Okay. We deleted our field so that they would have to target themselves. It's a mandatory effect. How did you know he plays this? Plu, it could have been a Caius. Caius could target any card in the field. You must target a monster in the field, destroy it. We're now destroying ourselves. What the heck? Okay. Regained is going to be triggering to reborn the Serenir back onto the field here. Drewstorm's going to be banishing the Eidos Engrave as it's activating to add this card to your hand or special summon it. Okay. Reborn back the Serenir. Let's resolve all this here. We got Ringo Worm onto the field. We destroyed ourselves with our effect. Are we done? Discard a card, reveal 3. We don't have to discard a Monarch card. We could just discard the cross out, then maybe have a play. Ghost Spell negating the Eidos effect of special summoning a monster in defense from the grave. Negates. This is it, mate. It all comes down to this. Reveal. Eidos. Eidos and Eidos. Send 2, add the Eidos, then end our turn. I like your idea, Marco. I like that use a Borg to set up the Drac Meteor, set up the Wind Pegasus. I think that is very cool. 2-0, let's go. Begin. Primera is going to be searching for the Sam Centurion. Lancia is not just for Malice now, it also work against Orcust. Could also be quite decent against Lunalight. Lunalight wants to be banishing for their fusion summoning generally. Magnum Hut banishing away there in Grave Druistorm to summon. We're going to banish again with the Baldrake. Now, if they summon for the extra deck, the Baldrake will be able to banish whatever they summon. As they summon the Gargoyle, come forth into the Primus. Primus get banished by Baldrake. Let's Chainlink block with the Gargoyle as the Baldrake tributes off to say goodbye to you. Banish away, add back the Gargoyle. We now have an Emblem of Oath. Oath is going to put into the back row the Atri summon, draw 1. Gargoyle Centurion special summon as we now Auxilla for a search. On summon come to us Phalanx, which will now be able to banish. We do have a Bestial. So with the Primera and Magnum Hut, that's going to be a Chaos Angel or a Baron de Flor. We have the ability to banish a monster off the field. And then we have an Ash, we have a Droll and Lockbird. This can only be using one effect per turn only once that turn. And then the banishment of the Magnum Hut itself is a disruption. So let me double check that. Banish, Ash, Droll, Baron de Flor, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Murakumo is here. If it activates to wipe out the Auxilla, you point and laugh because level 5 or higher, Centurions cannot be destroyed by card effects. Saji, Kusanagi, he still could be activating. Bruh. Okay, just doing sad Plu is happy Plu. Did nothing. All right, let's add back the Ritual. Let's Saji, you could argue, no, he was Chainlink blocking Ghost Spell. Come on, Decade, he didn't want the Kusanagi to get negated. We're now going to force him to discard for the Drone Lockbird. Happily discards the Fool Loss. No more adding from the deck to our hand. Summon the Wuso from the deck to then add Wuso from engraved back to our hand if the Magnum Hut were to not banish it, as it does, and we can't Lancia on our own turn. Goodbye, Wuso. Lots of ways to get to the Wuso to help deal with a deck like Liger Dancer, if they only have one that is. We're going to Ash negate the Ritual Mate. This is attempting to summon from the deck. You activate, you choose the effect you want to do. If you're summoning from the hand, it's not ashable even though you're using materials from the deck because you're tributing them, you're not sending them from the deck to the grave. We're going to Baldrake to banish away the Chaos Angel. Is Chaos Angel unaffected here? What was used to summon this? A light? A dark? If you click on the card on the field, not in the dual log, so make sure the background image is reddish if they're the opposing side, then it will highlight which effect is active. They're both active. We're unaffected by monster effects. And we're also going to banish on summon. You tried to banish me. I'm going to banish you. Yeah. All right. Now, prayers. Do we have the Murakumo in graveyard? I can't see. Murakumo is in grave. It is rebornable. It will be able to reborn and not destroy the Chaos Angel, not destroy the Auxilla, not be able to destroy literally any synchro whatsoever. And it will just be 3,200 attack to the 3,500 Chaos Angel. Not going to be very good here. Yeah. So we will be able to wipe out the non-syncers though. This is okay. Come forth and summon onto the field. Both effects, we're going to burn for 800, special summon, reborn back the Murakumo. Murakumo get activating. So what would happen here? Turn player trigger effects that are optional happen first, which would mean that we're not able to synchro before this wipes our field, because that would be the idea. If it were the Mitsurugi player's turn and they're about to summon a Murakumo, we would put the stand-up Centurion in the higher chain link, which summons a synchro, then the synchro's unaffected, then Murakumo wipes out nothing. So this, oh, put this on a higher chain link. Can't. We passed on it. The trigger window's gone. Abakiri. And get wiping. Add the prayers. Wipe the field. I can imagine in TCG you could have put this in the higher chain link though. I doubt few would actually question it. Lubellion is here as we're now going to force him to discard a card. Get rid of that impermanence. To battle we go. Say goodbye to the Murakumo. 25 to the face. Mitsurugi's struggling. Damn. That is crazy. Chaos Angel and Primera in the back row beats Mitsurugi. That's it? That's how we win? We got Phalanx, Seal, Phalanx, Seal, the Regain plus the Primera could make a Baron to floor. Oh boy. This could maybe summon a Baldrake, which could further banish a monster that's summoned from the extra deck. Maybe 4 disruptions, like 3 to 4, 2 to 4, I'd say. Grab the Futsu. Reborn back Kusanagi. Kusanagi could add back from the banishment or engrave. We're gonna grab the Wusu. Wusu is ready. Wusu could tribute off the Chaos Angel, which has been making not only itself unaffected by monster effects, but all of the freaking synchros are unaffected. Magatama could pop a card in the field. This deck is a great toolbox. We got the tools to do whatever we want, but be careful with the Magatama. You are going to target a face-up card your opponent controls, and if we read the Auxilia, this states that face-up cards in your spell and trap zone cannot be destroyed by card effects. Don't try to destroy while it's face-up. Tributing the Baldrake, not the Chaos Angel, because the Baldrake could have been used with the Primera to then get going into something like a Baron to 4. We're going to be adding the Murakumo. We're now going to use the Hermetic Seal, bounce back to Aramasa to summon for the deck a Serenir. Now, with what we summon for the deck, can still be used for that Baron to floor play. What did I say? I said it. This says you can't do that. Okay, we tried though. Didn't get popped. Let's reborn back. Let's activate. Mate, Primera, come forth and search our deck. Chainlink block in the field spell, where normally you would chainlink block the search, but now that Impulse is a popular card, Impulse being played in Mitsurugi, you want to chainlink block the Impulse. Mirror, tribute off the Wusu into the Murakumo. Murakumo is here. It's like, what, there's nothing we could do. We're not like making a mistake here. We know we lose. We know. They're unaffected. He's got us. He got us good. The destruction protection of Auxilia, the destruction protection of Primera, it's nuts. It can't be destroyed by battle also, by the way. And that doesn't just affect synchros, it's everything. Let's Auxilia, and you are not gonna have to discard because we're unaffected. We're like, you can't destroy me, you can't make me discard, you can't make me do anything. I'm unaffected. All right. Damn. Yeah, we're in a bad spot. The Baldrake was a disruption. The Chaos Angels, the towers, making everything unaffected and indestructible by battle. So maybe we still had to get rid of the Chaos Angel instead of the Baldrake, but then we still probably lose. Habakiri summoned from the deck into the Fool Lost Mate. What are we going to draw ourselves? Of course not. That'd be ridiculous. Now, if you were an Orcus deck, you would gladly draw yourself. Saji is going to activate a search for the Ritual. Come to me. Ritual is going to send from the deck to the graveyard to come forth and go into a Habakiri. Habakiri is not activating as the Futsu was tributed to search our deck. We have the Aramasa searching for the Murakumo. Summoning from the hand or grave is still fine because it's only Fool Loss. The deck or extra deck we have to avoid. Kusanagi, add back the prayers to be used during the opponent's turn. As we further grab a Mirror, reborn back our Mitsurugi Habakiri. Mirror, reborn from engrave. This builds up the most incredible wall. It's pretty much impossible to one-turn kill them with a Futsu on the field. This provides immense, unbreakable board presence. Per special summon, every time you get to trigger the effect to reborn a reptile from the graveyard, whether it was a properly summoned ritual or the other reptile, and then all the reptiles that are non-rituals, they have this additional effect of when another reptile would be destroyed by anything, you could tribute it instead. In addition to the unbreakable board presence, we have the Masquerena double banish at Little Knight. We can negate anything with purification. We could pop a face-up card with Magatama. We could draw and Lockbird them. We could Prayers Reborn to wipe away their field with Murakumo and force them to discard. That's 7 disruption plus unbreakable board. Plu is definitely sad now. Lubellion, search into it. If we draw, I guess we just can't use the trigger effect, but we would still be able to reborn back Murakumo with the prayer specifically. We don't get to tribute off then reborn, but still not drawing. Okay. Discard a set of cards into the back row. Battle phase, drew a swarm to deal with the Masquerena. Purification will negate and destroy the Druid Swarm. Now, because we're not under the effect of Droll, by tributing off the Habakiri, it is now rebornable and able to search our deck. So we're also gaining follow-up. And this is now not ashable because the mirror is going to chain link block by returning itself back in the deck. Very good. Reborn back. So that was our trick to get rid of it. That's so funny. We still are going to get rid of the Masquerina. Why is it not reduced yet? Is that a bug? There you go. It's reduced. That will trigger the Futsu to reborn. Now, the reptile will only protect if another reptile would be destroyed. Now, we're going to have to Magatama it. We battle phase summon, we destroy it, regain triggers to reborn back because you summoned within the battle phase, and then if you Magatama it, then it will trigger to then send the Masquerina. I am going to take out your Masquerina no matter what. You cannot stop me through 3 different ways. So we just allow it. Why am I going to Magatama would be cheating, by the way. That happened in the TCG where you could use this in the battle phase. Not here. Reborn onto the field, trigger the Futsu again. It feels so bad to special summon. We're gonna get 2 special summon. This is our second. We're gonna do a third one because we're gonna synchro within the battle phase, and then let's do it again. Futsu trigger. We're gonna go for the Magatama, which is not activatable. Druid Swarm is gonna send the Saji on field. Reborn back the Kusanagi, which further triggers. And we're also plussing like crazy. Reborn, add. Reborn, add. We got Wuso. And then we're gonna have the Kusanagi. Add another freaking card. Goodbye to the Saji here. Banish away the Magatama, which we're going to add back that banished Magatama back to the hand. Look at all the cards in the field. Protecting the Habakiri by tributing off the Kusanagi. Let's use the Wake Up Centurion to send the Phalanx from the deck to the graveyard, which could reborn a Centurion Synchro. Remember Futsu? We keep on doing it. We ain't stopping. Futsu all day, every day. Reborn the Saji. Did Saji trigger yet this turn? We have Droll and Lockbird just like that. I'm done adding. No more adding for either player. Trude is going to put itself in the back row alongside the Gargoyle. Gargoyle is going to summon itself onto the field. Again, Futsu, reborn the Kusanagi. Let's further go into the Auxilla, which cannot search on summon, as the Gargoyle adds itself in the grave back. Now, the Chaos Angel is, you see that? This is important. Click on their Chaos Angel. Synchros are affected by monster effects. We do not have that protection. We only have battle protection. Gargoyle special summon. Let's further turn these 2 into Little Knight. Little Knight on summon. Banish away the Kusanagi, which is the main card, recycling our banished cards here. Phalanx is going to further reborn back the Auxilla. Auxilla is going to be used with the Oath, or the Oath is going to set up the Phalanx, that is. We're going to place a Centurion into the back row, which will have to combo up with the Regained. Regained and the Atri, we're going to draw a card and go into a Baron to floor. So that's going to be 1 form of disruption, banish with the Little Knight, and then we can banish with the Phalanx. Triple disruption against all of this? I don't know if it's going to be good enough. Now, we are affected by the Murakumo field wipe, and we do not have Primera in the back row, which would be protecting our level 5 or higher's. What's going to happen here? Underworld Goddess, link off the Little Knight. So we have Underworld Goddess to deal with one Liger Dancer and then Wuso to deal with the other. Ideally, you know, if they don't Raigeki us to the point where we're not even able to use the Goddess. Regained is trying to reborn from the graveyard, and Goddess is going to negate. Not today, mate. Well done. Negate and does not destroy. We're going to also be negating the Chaos Angel. Let's now Murakumo. Murakumo is going to non-target, wipe away all their monsters. Wuso is going to be adding itself from a grave back. The absolute immense card advantage gained through Futsu and all the other effects continually adding on summon or on tribute is proving to beyond overwhelm Plu in this duel. Reborn back, to battle we go. Let's take you out. We still have the Phalanx if we want to. Phalanx is going to try to banish away the Murakumo. Now, whatever you summon off of prayers cannot attack directly. But if you let the Murakumo trigger its own effect to reborn back, which is ashable, unless we chain link block it, which it looks like we're not chain link blocking it. We would need to put this on the higher chain link, and now it's going to be ashed if we don't have another card to chain link block. So you got to think of, there we go. That's the block. You put the mirror on the higher, and as soon as he sees that it's blocked from using ash on it, well done. 1 in 1. Ulas in the standby phase. Will Fool be good enough? Well, we could set up our cards on the back row, then Synchro, and even use our Bestials during their turn. Primera, we're going to be maxing in addition to our Fool. We're not going to draw off of the Fool, but +1 draw off the Primera. Don't mind if I do. Futsu is here. Phalanx come to me as we're now going to regain, set, and pass. What are our disruptions here? We have the Maxi, which can maybe draw into disruptions, which is not a disruption itself. We have Baldrake Banish. We have the field spell with the Baldrake and Primera to go into a Baron to Floor or a Chaos Angel, double disruption. We have Phalanx to banish a monster on the field. Regain can maybe Reborn back. We're not going to use the Baldrake effect, so we're just banishing, and Baron to Flooring plus a Maxi. Triple disruption. Let's go. Use the Ritual into the Maxi. Ash Blossom, negate thee. And we can't get the Baldrake out until there's a body on the field plus a Letter Dark in either grave. So from our own graveyard, there's nothing. In their graveyard, there is now something. We can summon the Baldrake if we want to. Let's trigger the Saji to search, our Ramasa to further search. And now even on our own turn, we're going to be able to Futsu Reborn at least 2 bodies, maybe 3 from our freaking graveyard off of the Regain Baldrake and Baron to Floor summon. Summon from the deck the Wuso. We're going to tribute off the Futsu. Perfect for us banishing. Get that Futsu out of here, except they have a Prayers. Prayers will tribute off the Wusu to use the effect of take an 800 to reborn the Futsu back on the field. Dodging the Baldrake. And that is immensely problematic because the Baldrake banish was also tied to us summoning a Baron to Floor, so by using Prayers to dodge the freaking Baldrake, we are now screwed. We can't summon a Baron to Floor. All we're left with is a Phalanx, which could temporarily banish a monster until the next standby phase. Uh-oh. This may be the end for Plu. Plu has back-to-back-to-back, I think 3 tournaments in a row, has hit top 16 with Centurion. This would be the first time in a long time. Magatama is going to be dodging the Banish, dodging the Baldrake, dodging the Phalanx, continually dodging all of the effects. As we now Ritual follow-up, summon from the deck, tributing from the hand. This has to be the end. Wipe away the field, Primera. Mirror is going to be reborning back the Murakumo plus whatever we have in graveyard. That's going to be a... Do we have enough for lethal Prayers? Not... Yeah, he's just... I'm out of here. This is too much. Holy shite. And then the stand-up Centurion, because apparently it would be too broken, is not even activatable on the next turn. Only the turn it's activated can you discard to put a Centurion into your back row. 2-1.